It's making sure people dealing with storm cleanup don't become victims of price gouging.
That is the goal of some state lawmakers who say more needs to be done to protect folks from being taken advantage of. News 8's Jamie Muro is live in our Hartford newsroom with more on what they want to change. Jamie.
And Keith, when the big storm hits, there are many people who may need help afterwards. Now, by law currently, goods cannot be price gouged, things like gasoline, but services not so much, and that is what some legislators want to change. It seems Connecticut endures a consistent onslaught of severe storms, ranging from hurricanes to blizzards, and the cleanup process can take time with thousands of people needing help. That's where people like Tom Akabuchi come in to make an honest living.
We've done everything we can to explain everything why our price structure is spaced the way it is.
But the State Department of Consumer Protection says ethics can be questionable among some who look to provide a service after a big storm. It's the reason why legislators are introducing a bill that will control price gouging.
We're talking about a situation here when we're under duress, when maybe the press is reporting roof collapse and people are concerned and seniors are nervous, or you have a tree in your yard and you're nervous. There's pressure on the consumer. They lose their ability to negotiate out of fear. And at that point in time, some people can take advantage of our consumers.
The question, however, is how does one moderate market value on a service after an emergency? Is that the principle of supply and demand, though?
Well, supply and demand has to have some reasonableness to it, some parameters.
You can't always shop around at that moment. There's no way you can prepare for the kinds of calamities that we've seen in the past couple of weeks and months.
The issue has bipartisan support, and if the recent weather events are any indication of our future, perhaps the time is now for such a law.
The only way that someone would run afoul of this law is if the price they're charging is excessively unconscionable given the circumstances.
It's all based on a contract, so it's all labeled out on the contract, and then you work from that point.
Now, enforcement would start with the Department of Consumer Protection, where a complaint would be filed, then that agency would follow up. Legislators did say today that many of the problems we've seen after Irene, Sandy, and this blizzard usually come from people coming out of state when they hear the problems that Connecticut is having, and that's when you really start to see price gouging. We're live in the Hartford newsroom. I'm Jamie Muro, News 8.